Noodle prep is something that we get asked a lot for. We have done this video in the past, but we thought we'd do a refresh version where we can answer the questions that we didn't answer in the last video. Now today we are prepping number ones, which are these ones here. So they're thicker ones, sometimes also known as chop suey noodles, because they're the thicker ones. The thinner ones is pretty much a similar process, except with way less time. And I'll go through that as
the cooking process getting on.
Yeah, so first off, we're going to talk to you about how we cook these. We're going to want to get some water, don't salt it, to a rolling boil. If you like these kind of videos, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Commenting helps as well, especially if you know what sort of techniques you want us to go through, because Sundays we post technique videos and on Wednesdays we do what, Ma?
Cooking!
Recipe videos, yeah.
Yeah, it's called recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're so close to that 600,000 subscriber mark. It's unreal. Thank you very much, all you guys, for subscribing and supporting us. You guys are absolute legends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to put these in?
So when the water boils furiously,
Yeah.
drop your noodle in.
And time 4 minutes from this point. If you've ordered a big 9 kg box, it will say 8 minutes in the instructions on the box. That's if you're cooking large vats. You're not, you're doing small vats at home. So 4 minutes. Also, you don't want to move these too much to begin with. Lots of people say that their noodles are a little bit bitty after they've cooked them. That's because you've moved them too soon before the wheat and starches have had the time to soften up in that water. After about 30 seconds, then you can start moving them around. Just want to keep an eye on this, that it doesn't boil over.
Look at it, it still remains one string. I mean, not one string, I mean, not broken.
Yeah. Also helps to leave them as well. Just stir them every now and then rather than stir them often. So once these are done, we're going to take them over to the sink, drain them off in a colander and run them under cold water. That's really important for us to wash the starch off and to stop the cooking process so they don't overcook. Always feels like forever when you're waiting.
Yeah, shouldn't be too long, yeah.
Literally feels like I've been here for 1,000 years.
When you look at your noodle now, they look quite like rehydrated.
Oh, that's the signal off to the water. So we're just running the cold tap as we pour the noodles out. When they're cool to the touch, you want to put your hand in and start making sure that those noodles are getting really well rinsed, cooling them down fast, making sure all that starch is off. And when they're cool to the touch, should have rinsed that starch off well enough. Just leave them in the colander for 20 minutes, but you want to make the center like a hole because the water will drain into the bottom bit, and if there's noodles in there, they'll stick to the noodles. So we're going to leave these noodles to dry, and you want to at least let them dry for 20 minutes. That way they get rid of all that moisture in there and they cook much better. Because if you don't get rid of the moisture, what happens, you throw them in the wok, they steam and then they overcook. You don't want that because that can cause clumping and breaking.
And sticking as well.
Yeah. So that's pretty much how you prepare the noodles. Now, if you want to keep these overnight, you can just run some oil in your fingers and put them through the noodles. We don't do that because we don't like to add lots of oil to the noodles, but some takeaways do that, which is absolutely fine. What we do is we just put them in an airtight container and make sure that there's very little air in there and they don't dry out at all.
Yeah, they can dry out if you not keep it cover.
Yeah.
Well cover have to be.
Yeah. Also, when they're cold, you will go to use them. Had a couple of people say they're hard. It doesn't look like they're gonna go soft again. When they're cold or you haven't used them for a long time, they're gonna clump up. But when you throw them into the wok with the ingredients and the vegetables, if you haven't overcooked them, they'll just rejuvenate themselves, become soft again with the heat. So don't worry if when you get them out of the container, they hold the shape of the container from the fridge. That's totally normal. So I just want to cover some questions that we've been asked in the past to do with noodles. So one of those questions is, why are my noodles clumping? Why won't they mix? Or why are they stodgy? They all come down to the same thing. Well, the same three things, isn't that right, Ma?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or either overcook.
Yeah, so you've cooked them too long in the water, which means you've oversaturated them. The wheat has gone, the wheat has taken up far too much water, and you're never going to get that back. They're just going to be stodgy worms.
Yes.
Another mega reason for clumping, or they won't mix, is because you didn't drain them and wash off the starch. So the starch on these will cause them to clump together when they've cooled down, and almost won't make them want to unclump because the starch will make it like a glue. Also another reason why we drain them, and that's because we want to get rid of all the moisture in this to stop any overcooking of the noodle in the wok. Because when you put these in the wok and they're covered in water, they don't fry, they steam, and they're going to go overdone, become mushy, clump together, and they won't mix well. So yeah, the 3 reasons they're overdoing: noodles are overdone, you didn't rinse them off in cold water, and you didn't let them stand to drain.
Yeah, to dry out.
A lot of people are saying their noodles are sticky. Again, the 3 things we mentioned, that is going to happen if you do that, especially if they're overcooked, because they will go mushy and really sticky.
Yes.
The last sort of like technique question that we get asked a lot is, my noodles are breaking. This is normally for 2 reasons. One, you're moving them too early in the boiling phase so that they're snapping. This doesn't really happen with good quality noodles. So the noodles that we, what's the word?
The noodle that we use or we sell in our web store.
Yeah, but also promote. We don't get paid from them to say this. But if you want to know what noodles they are, comment below and we will tell you. But those high quality noodles don't tend to break if you start moving them around in the water. I did forget to mention that if you're going to make the number 2 noodles, which are the thin vermicelli egg noodles, they only need about 1 minute 20 in the hot water, and the process is exactly the same. Those vermicelli ones will start breaking though if you touch them at all. Just let them go into the water and let them sit for at least 30 seconds and they won't break then.
What's your last one then?
The last
one.
Well, the last concern is some people are saying they can't get their noodles to char. Now, most of the time that's because you're not letting them sit to char. It's much easier, obviously, in a carbon steel wok, but you can get it at home in a non-stick wok. It's just understanding chemistry. Just let them sit for longer, almost to burning, and you will still get that flavour. The other reason is, again, you've overcooked them. The stodgier they are, the more liquid they have in there. The more liquid they have in there, the more water, obviously, and the harder it is to get them to char, if you can at all, especially if they're really overdone, because they just won't char. What will happen is they'll just start going gloopier and gloopier, and they'll start breaking in the pan before they'll ever char.
Yes, that's right.
So hopefully that's helped you in preparing your noodles.
No, I think you can see it. Of us talking is already drying the surface.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Well, we can see it from here.
Yeah, and that's what you want. The drier the noodle when the wok, the better. As long as it's not underdone, obviously. We find that 4 minutes is pretty much the sweet spot for the number 1, sorry. 1 minute 20 for the number 2s. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys.
I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Happy cooking, happy eating.
Oh, and also we now have a app out, which is an app for our recipes, and there are courses on there you can do. So within like 6 weeks, become a chef that can be able to cook a certain menu, and there's steps in there to help you do that every day.
Yeah, that's right. Just go to the app. I don't know what I'm talking.
Just comment below if you want to know more about that, and I'll send you the link. Okay, Summer?
Happy cooking, happy eating.
Take care. See you next week or next time. Bye.